Fact is, if you have a lady who is modeling, I'll even tell the viewers, if you have a lady who is modeling, you have to act very fast.
Reverend, how was your honeymoon?
With the model.
A model.
Easy God just answered your prayer.
If I were to change, I'll do my wedding in a town area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we did our wedding in rural. We'll do it in a town, even if it's not a big town, but in town.
Okay.
Yeah. Have it at home, but there are many challenges at home.
Okay.
Managing home people.
That was your
They gave you the
It's hell.
I know my woman as a cheerful giver. In fact, she motivates me a lot. Even when I do preaching and I tell people to give, there's an example. She does it. In fact, when she gets her salary, this is just a surprising thing, so that people will rush into marriage. when my lady gets her salary, she gives me a type. So.
Then maybe I like that Steve is also emphasizing on physical attraction. I tend to love when men are outrightly saying the truth. Because as believers, there is that aspect of physical attraction too. Yeah. Of course, there is praying and the Lord leading, but the Lord cannot lead you to something that is not good. Everything he does is good and perfect. God is the author of marriages, and godly marriages are designed to work.
Love is a beautiful and intriguing journey, showcasing the creative work of God in bringing two people together.
We celebrate the diversity in relationships while upholding the divine blueprint of marriage as God intended.
Using Bible as the foundation to reveal and guide couples toward the blueprint of a godly and fulfilling marriage.
Welcome to Brenda and David Show, the Brevists. Welcome to Brenda and David Show. This is one of the best shows that exists.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about love, relationship, and marriage. And we really want the world and everyone to understand how marriage is very, very beautiful. Today we are honored to be hosting two friends. Yeah. I call them the Reverends. Yes, the youngest Reverends I know. Yeah, so welcome, Reverend Steve, and your very beautiful young wife, Finch. Yeah, so this is the point where I would want you to introduce yourself. Karibuni sana.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll start then. You start? Okay, I'm Finch. I'm Finch Steve. For now, I'm Finch Steve. Yes.
Thank you. I'm Steve Donge. Or you can add Finch.
Oh, that's nice. So welcome to this beautiful show. As my sisters have said, I think we started this show and God gave us this mission so that we can host couples who can share their testimony, their stories on what God is doing in their marriage, to encourage people outside there who wants to get into marriage to understand that marriage works.
Yeah.
I don't know, Steve, how did you meet your beautiful wife? You know, these are some of the things that people may just want to know. Your story is different from any other. How did you meet your beautiful wife? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I met my lady in 2016. At the meeting, I can say, the first meeting, she was not there in person, but her image was there. So she was in a company of a cousin of mine. They were learning in the same school. So I came to see the beautiful lady.
Wow.
And then I was like, I need to try this one out.
So you tried the same day?
Not really. I started talking to my cousin. She was not, so I was asking her, who is this lady? Can I know her? Then she told me that this is her friend. And you can know. That was 2016, around July. Then the same year, November,
Yeah.
it was now 4th, Friday. I know she cannot remember.
You know even the exact date
Was
and
it
day.
raining or was it sunny?
Yeah.
So I came to Kisumu, and then I'd tuned my cousin that I wanted to meet the lady. She had known something, there's somebody following up, and she had not seen this person.
Wow.
So we met, and then we had some talks, and then she developed that courage. Now she was talking to somebody that she now has the image. Now after that, it also took some time because we were now talking, and it was now a bit direct because I was now dealing with her, now not my cousin.
Yeah.
So I could tell her what I wanted. We were friends, that we were talking, chatting in Facebook. I can remember there was a day she posted a pic. She was having a certain blue dress. And those kind of things motivated me. So I was like, now I need to follow up. I asked for a pic and she said, you see, basically men like what they see. So, and then after that, around 28th, she was a very busy lady. And by the way, I never knew that I would even get her. Because there was a day that I really wanted to talk to her, and she was like, they were modeling. And I could not get her. So, and then having that, I was in a campus. Then I was seeing the modelers, the ladies. Getting them was not easy. So I said, oh, this girl is gone.
Wow.
So I had to quicken, I had to make it very fast to look for her, then keep on. Then that day, in fact, the whole night, it was they had the session, so we did not talk. So the next day, she told me that it was yesterday that we had the event. And I was not sure because it had not worked. So I felt like giving up. But now I was with my cousin, so I kept on telling her that if I lose this girl, then I think you are not the best cousin. So she was doing all the best to ensure that I kept this. And then it happened. So surprisingly, one day I lied to them. I told my cousin that I want you people to travel and come to where I do the work. I was teaching in a certain school in a rural area. So my cousin was very smart, and she did that.
Okay.
And they came.
Wow.
I'm in that place. So coming there, she also, when she came there, they found I was not that much easy. I had some better things. So she was also convinced. And I could tell that now the friendship is growing. So by that, we kept our cousin out now. We started making it real. Now it was no longer now the cousin. Now I was expressing myself.
Wow.
That's how I met my lady.
Okay. I think what is highlighted from your story is that it makes me look back and imagine what was ringing in Finch's head. You know, she's a model. And like you say, it's very difficult to get a model. Now, you know, as a reverend, you have a model for a wife. That's not easy. Yeah, Finch, and you are born again, and you are modeling, and you're being pursued. Being a model, the notion out there is you're being pursued by so many men. How did you know that this is the right man for me and not this other man?
Okay, actually, when we met, I didn't put in a picture that Steve will be my husband. No, it was not there. Like, I was just, this one is disturbing me a lot. I don't want to give him attention. Then by that period of time, I had a breakup. I was like 6 months old from the breakup. So I was saying, why is this man on my neck every time? Send me your pictures, send me what. When he wants to talk to the cousin, he wants the cousin to come to my room, bring me the phone, we talk. Because sometimes I used not to pick his calls. So by that time I was very busy. I want to be a model. I'm pursuing my what I love most in college. So we started talking. And he was very straight to the point. If I check the previous relationships, it was like, maybe we be friends. Then for him, it was like, I want to marry you. It was very... I want to wed you. It was not even like Karanikatia, no. It was like, I want you to be my wife and I want to wed you. I was like, we've not even dated. I don't even know you. Who is this man? He was too direct. Yeah. So from there I knew, so I was staying with one of my aunt was telling me, now that is the man. So I was like, but I don't think so. I don't know this man still. Maybe I should give him a chance to know him more. Then from there we'll decide. But he kept on pressurizing me. It is you. That is the man. That you are his wife. I'm like, no, let me just think about it. But he made things very fast. And kidogo, we were having our family wedding. We're married.
Yeah, no, something is coming out clearly, Steve, from your story on how men gives direction, which I think we are losing it in this generation. Nowadays we have people who want to wait. I don't know which signal that they are waiting for. I don't know. Maybe if you can bring it clearly again, how you are leading, because that leadership part of men is fading away. I don't know if you can attest to that.
Yeah, actually, it's fading away.
Yeah.
I can remember during my time, the way I explained, I was like, I was for the marriage. So I never thought of any other thing. And then there was my bishop who kept on motivating me and telling me that when you are marrying, make sure that you wed. We've really struggled with you. So don't just have a marriage, do something. But you see, currently, the generation, they don't want to speak the truth. They walk in lies. They walk on promises that they cannot even abide by. So they keep on lying to these girls. That is why these ladies, they feel like they are not safe in the hand of the Gen Zs.
Okay, and also to maybe bring in some points that I would wish you emphasize. One point will be what my husband has said on direction. I like that you've emphasized that, but I also want Finch to emphasize one thing, that when you saw him, you saw something different. The difference came in how he insisted and how his style of coming in. Because we are also getting a scenario where people don't really understand how these men are putting themselves in there. You don't know, is this the right signal? How well did you know or mask this signal from Steve? And what can you tell someone that maybe if you see this can be a signal that this man is actually serious about you? And then maybe I like that Steve is also emphasizing on physical attraction. I tend to love when men are outrightly saying the truth, because as believers, there is that aspect of physical attraction too. Of course, there is praying and the Lord leading, but the Lord cannot lead you to something that is not good. Everything he does is good and perfect. So maybe also highlighting to us that you were actually dressing up. There was that physical part of you that attracted your man.
Yeah, actually the dressing part, I think that attracted him most. I used to dress well. I still dress well, of course.
You do.
Yes, so that part attracted him again. I was not deep into salvation. I was like into God, world kidogo, you see. So I wanted to be, I was seeing myself somewhere, maybe modeling even to other, getting a company that will sponsor my modeling and all that. So he came in different that what was different about him, the other men were not saved. For him, he was saved. So he told God, like the previous relationship, I told God, if this is not my man, take him away. It didn't take long. We broke up. Something came in, some sort of cheating, we broke up. So for him, I was staying with my aunt. So I told my aunt, I want to tell God, if this man here is not my man, let him go away. So when I told God about that, he didn't go away. Things were just, I want to come and see your aunt. I want to go home. Things were, or maybe he's hiding something, you see. So the signal that was different for me is that he was straight to the point. He was not meandering around. I knew, like, he was an open book at once. Yes. And he used to include me in all his plan. When going somewhere, he told me, I'm going, this one is different. Not like I was comparing the other men. They will never tell you where they are going. Maybe they are going to visit another girlfriend and you don't know. For him, he will tell me, today we are going to preach this place. Today we are going for a fellowship to someone's house. This way. We are going to be with Bishop somewhere. He was very open with these things, and that built my trust in him, saying, this will be a better husband for me.
Wow. And maybe on that point, I can describe your journey maybe when you were in school and modeling as a noisy place. Let me use that word. And so many ladies are clouded with that. As my sweetheart was saying, modeling is a different industry.
Yeah.
But you are also in med school. You are doing your clinical medicine. So I don't know, with all that going through, how did you have time, space to just say, now it is time for me to say yes and settle with the man? Because,
for me, I loved family. The family that I come from, we've nurtured into family. Like, I love that, but that bit of marriage, I love it. I used to watch a lot of weddings. So deep down in my heart, I used to say, I will also wed. I also have my family and have my children. So that encouraged me. When there was someone who was positive about it, then I gave it a chance. Then I did not just leave my books, because I know the day I was brought to school, I was told, you have to graduate. So I said, beside modeling, I have to do my books. So I was doing my books. I wanted something that will make me again happy, outstanding. Then that's when I started venturing into modeling. Though for Reverend, he didn't love me modeling. He just loved the dressing code, but modeling was not his thing. Yes.
How did you handle that?
So from there, when we now met and he said that we are now starting our relationship officially, he said that he brought it like, you see, the other day you were modeling, you people were wearing booty shorts and all that. I don't like my property to be exposed. So from there I learned he didn't love modeling, me exposing my body and all that on the stage, you see. So there was also someone, a friend told me, Finch, no, wachana na modeling. Leave modeling alone. You don't belong here. There's something, a purpose for you, but it's not modeling. I told me I love modeling. I was just seeing myself in maybe Aspire models and all that. For him, it was like, no, just leave modeling alone. I also have a brother who told me, no, Finch, modeling, no. So from those voices, I obeyed. And then again, for him, he told me, when we're in relationship, then modeling, no. Just leave it aside for now. Maybe we'll see something else that you love, but not modeling. So I left it like that. Because there was something that I'd seen in him. So I submitted.
Okay, so like you saw that if you weighed your modeling and your man, you'd choose your man.
Yes.
So at that point, there is a compromise that was made. Yeah, and that is also an issue for our generation today. We don't want to compromise some things that are compromisable. You say it's me, and me. It has to be me. And I like that about you, Finch. Thank you for taking that part. And I think you are appreciating that you did that. Yeah, so that is very, very important.
Yeah, maybe I think fast forward now into your dowry. I don't know if Steve, you did introduction and dowry on the same day. I know normally these are preparation into wedding. So
Did he even propose?
maybe we start from proposal first. Did you propose to your model?
It has to be.
And how?
How did your model take your proposal?
Actually, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Though it was not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can remember, immediately we began being serious.
Mm-hmm.
Then some unfortunate things came up.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember late 2016, when we were in a mission, that is when I got a text from the principal. She was telling us that your services will no longer be needed. Mm-hmm. And you see, this is where I had banked to at least do all these things, whether proposal, dowry, visiting their home. And then I was like, now I have to think very fast, because my lady was almost finalizing her school. Mm-hmm. And my target was immediately she finishes the school, then we should be in our house. Mm. We should be very ready. Now when that happened, I did not tell her, but I informed her that I'm going to look for TSC number. Mm. Then early 2017, I traveled to Wajir. Mm. Now very far away. Wajir. And then I left the lady here. Now I was like, it is over. Because being in Wajir, which is hundreds of kilometers away. Mm. And the fact is, if you have a lady who is modeling, I'll even tell the viewer, if you have a lady who is modeling, you have to act very fast. Because the truth is, she is in the public domain. And everybody would love to associate with a model. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to be watamchukua. So I was in Wajir working and I'm not settled. In fact, I did not even take long. I took one term, 3 months only to work there. And then I left. I came back, started looking for a job. And she was asking me now, what's the program of the wedding? Because the same way she said, our meetings was just like, I would tell her that I want to wed. And then this one also motivated her, because wedding, it's something that is unique. Mm. It's not a common thing. Mm. And especially when you are going to do it in a church.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, now it's not easy. Then I kept on trying and I got a job in Omabay in a certain school. The salary in Wajir was better. At least was motivating me. I was getting something like 28,000. Mm-hmm. Then there was this private coaching. So I could even earn up to a tune of 40-something thousand. Mm-hmm. And then the kind of life, because she would have been taken away. So I had to come back. When I came back, the salary was 14,000. Jesus. In a school in Omabay. Yeah. And the cheapest house you can get in Omabay, Amabati structure is 3,000. So if you have 11,000 and then you want to plan for
a
model's wedding.
So it was not easy. Now we struggle, and then God worked out for us. I got a job again in a school called Mudas Academy in Vihiga. Mm-hmm. So they were giving me good amount of money, almost 30,000, 25,000. Then now I told her it's now working now. We are going to do it. So during that time, she was also almost finishing her exam, a final year in the college. And it happened. She finished. Then now the next question was, what was to happen? I can remember it was on 17th August. It was not enough. The money was not enough. But things must work. And the lady also had given in. And she said that we have to do it. So the pressure this side. And then in a funny way, I told her that day that on 17th we are going to wed
Wow.
next year. That was 2018. So I was trying to give her that encouragement that I'll save from that time up to that August. But she was not satisfied, because basically when she finished her college, she was like, now what next? Am I going to be back at home and stay there? So I had to do something. And then she traveled after finishing her college. She traveled to Homa Bay, close to where I was, as she was also hustling. She stayed around there for some duration. And then when I came to Mbale, as I was in Modasa, she was working somewhere called Mohaya. In Asembo. You see, we were struggling, and I was like, I will not even waste time. That was the encouraging or the driving factor. And then when I was seeing things were not working out, I told her that, can we cancel this wedding? And then we just start life. We will wed in future. She thought it was a joke. And then because I knew I was the one wearing the shoe, unfortunately my lady got a job just some few kilometers away from our home. And you see, by that time I was in Western and she's working at home. Now I said, this is now the reality. We have to cancel this wedding. I have to inform the parents, tell them that I'm going to stay with my wife. The other things we will do later. And then I was forced to go to where she's working. I keep on visiting her to find out. Then there was a day she told me that this your area is not friendly. I woke up in the morning and found some people placed some matafari. The brakes broke at the door. Then I said, now insecurity. So I had to. I went to mom. I told mom that can you allow me to just be with my lady? I don't have money and things must work out. Then that year, that was 2018 now. That year is when I got TSC employment.
Wow.
Immediately I got TSC employment. That was in August when we were to wed. She's working there. And then I told her, now we are going to do our wedding. Let us write a letter to Bishop. We drafted a letter. And then I took the letter to Bishop through the priest in church. In fact, people were happy. The bishop was happy. The church members were happy. My brothers, she was happy. I got the courage, and with my elder brother, we went to visit them at home.
Wow. I think that's an interesting journey still. Yeah, so maybe, to Finch, I don't know, it has not come more clearly, but we wanted to hear that part clearly. When he proposed, do you remember the day?
He proposed with the wedding. So for him, he kept on telling me, you know you will be my wife, and you have to be my wife. So for him, he did not bring a proposal. He told me, I'll propose the day I'm wedding. And that is what he did when he was giving my ring. He proposed down wearing my ring.
Wow. That's a unique one. Yeah, so maybe fast forward to your dowry. I even asked you that question before. So you did the introduction and the dowry the same day? Or you separated the two?
We separated the two, but within 1 month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we visited home with my brother and a friend. Then it did not take long, and dowry was done.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And before your wedding, because I know mostly after the dowry is done, then your focus is in the wedding day. Did you do premarital counseling, both of you?
Yeah, we did some, because our minister did some invitation, and we could visit him, and he gave us the guidance and counseling.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you consider it as something that was very important to you? If you look at the time you were being cancelled and the time before counseling, when you're pursuing each other, would you say that this counseling helped you, or is it something you can also advocate for someone to maybe do?
Yeah, that counseling helped us so much, because there are things that we learned, new things, and there were things that we were also we were projected to some things that we learn in future. So as to me, the counseling was very important. It helped me.
Okay.
Finch, I want you to do something for me. We want to see if your man has mastered that she got married to a model. I want you to get off your earring. I want him to put it in your ear. And tricky. Is that something he can do?
Okay.
Is sensitive. I have to be very
Accurate.
Oh, model ears are sensitive.
Just take your time. Just take your time. You got a
There are
model
two.
for yourself.
Okay.
Aye.
This is what I do.
On a daily basis.
That is what you
When I'm
enjoy
around.
doing.
Oh, wow. That's nice. So maybe I think we are so excited that both of you wedded. And maybe we wanted to understand on your wedding day, because it's a one day. And normally it's one thing that gives a lot of people a lot of pressure. Some people plan for it, things don't go the way they planned. There are people who disappoint you, like vendors. There are vendors who make you happy. So maybe if you can walk us through on your wedding, maybe to Finch, how was your wedding day?
Actually, my husband planned the wedding himself.
Okay.
Yes. He planned the wedding. I was not in the picture. Me, I was just waiting to wear my gown and say, yes, I do. Okay. So I didn't know anything. For him, was just telling me, I've have cars. Cake is ready. I've paid the people who are going to do the decors. Actually, one of my shemejis brought the decors. She offered us to do the decors alone. So we never spent much about on the decors. So she did the decors, and the rest, my husband even I don't know where he got the catering team. They came. I was just told the food was sweet. Yes, he did it. I don't know how he managed to plan it alone, but that's how he did. I was not in the picture at all. Me, I was just waiting for my gown. After he bought the gown, I was just waiting. I'll just wear my gown and say, yes, I
Wow.
do. Yes.
Do you think that's a template that you will advocate?
Not really. I will advise someone to be in the picture. So maybe you choose what you love, because some of the, let me just say the truth, some of the choices I will not go for. Yes.
But it relieved pressure
But
from
it
you.
relieves pressure from being.
Will you not forgo like having a lot of, because people say, and I know because we wedded, seated, wedding has a lot of pressure. And if you can get somebody who can pull that pressure from you, just wait for like, I just want to wear the gown. Will you not advocate for that template?
If the person can do it perfectly, it's okay. You'll just sit down and wait. Me, I'll just wear my gown, do my makeup, and go wait, say I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you consider honeymoon after your wedding?
Yes, honeymoon, but we didn't go immediately. Yeah, we rested that day. It rained after the wedding. So after the rain, we could not go anywhere. That road is bad. So we stayed at home. We slept at home. Then after like a week, we went for our honeymoon.
Okay. Reverend, how was your honeymoon?
With the model.
A model.
Is it
In
God just
honeymoon.
answered your prayer?
Actually, just like I said,
Mm.
we struggled to make it to our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, we were relieved.
Mm-hmm.
So we enjoyed
Wow.
explaining to one another, telling her some of the pressures. I can remember I told her that, I had to get this money from this place. This one had to work because of this. So she could encourage me and tell me that it shall be okay.
Wow.
We have now achieved our dream. So basically, we enjoyed.
Wow.
And if you were to change something about your wedding, what would that thing be?
If I were to change, I'll do my wedding in a town area.
Mm-hmm.
We did our wedding in rural. We'll do it in a town, even if it's not a big town, but in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you can have ease of access to hotels and to.
In fact, to encourage someone, it's good to say that you can have it at home, but there are many challenges at home.
Okay.
Managing home people.
That was your
They
greatest
gave you the.
Hell.
It's hell.
Yeah. So I know you are enjoying your marriage. So how long have you been married right now? You are celebrating which year in marriage?
We are almost tuning into the final part of the 7th year,
Wow.
because from 2018
Mm-hmm.
August
Wow.
to 2025 August will be exactly 7 years.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah. How has that journey been, Finch?
Oh, this marriage.
A model and a teacher, reverend.
Marriage is sweet. Marriage works, but it's not a bed of roses where we are finding everything easy. We deal with one challenge after the other, but we are here. I can say the better part of it, I will be married again.
Okay.
Yes.
Or you wish you were born married like
Yes.
myself. Yeah. And maybe Finch, if you can tell us about the greatest conflict that you've had in your marriage. What has it been and how did you resolve it?
The greatest conflict we've managed is financial difficulties. Yeah, we learned how to manage our finances together, and that was worked for us. Yeah.
I like the topic you're bringing, finance in marriage. I overheard people discussing. I'm privileged to sometimes be with these youths, and they were saying, I wouldn't want my wife to know how much I'm earning. Then how will I surprise her with roses and all that? What does being open with your finances look like to you?
As to me, I can tell men that trust your woman. Okay, let me not tell you to trust your woman. I trust my woman.
Wow.
Okay.
Because of how she does the financial management. Sometimes when I have a little cash, I go doing some shopping. In fact, I'll find out that I buy nothing. But when she has that same amount, I'll even be surprised. Kwani hizi zingine zimenunuliwa aje? And then from the time that she came into my life with the finances, even if we have little, it works out for us.
Wow.
So a good manager must have a good lady.
Wow. I think that's powerful.
Are you a manager?
Am
Am I a good lady? Okay.
Yes, you are.
What are the highlights of your marriage, Finn?
I said that I love being in marriage. I loved family from the beginning. So to the young ladies, marriage works. It's something that you embrace and live by it. and you put God at the center, then things will work out. Yes.
Can you maybe mention some highlights that maybe you have
In
seen?
your marriage that has worked for
Yeah.
you.
What has worked for me? Prayers have worked for me. Prayers have worked for me. A good communication has worked for me. Some conflict resolution. Like before, I used to get angry so fast. So when he talks, I will want to talk back, and I realize no, we are not going anywhere. So I learned. With the time I learned, there's a time we just listen and tell God, no, this is not the way. How are we doing it? Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe, my love, how do you see conflict on your part? How do you resolve your conflict? This is the part I sit and listen. How do you resolve your conflict with your wife?
It's fine. I agree with things. Conflicts are in marriages. And I agree with the part that some conflicts are even caused by ourselves if you didn't listen to what the other person was saying well. And I think one thing that has worked for us, and so that you know this one well, is when a conflict comes, it must be resolved. You don't like skip it because it will recur again. So I think that one has really helped us, where you make sure that it is resolved and it is resolved well. And everybody is at peace, not just saying I'm at peace with it, not making peace with it, but resolving.
Yeah.
I think it heals, and then you grow. I think one thing that has also helped us is that we celebrate some of the wins.
Yeah, like if we've not had conflict for like 2 months, we go
it's
out
like,
on a
okay,
day.
you need to drink. You did not, yeah. So it's a good journey that you grow day and day.
Yeah, and also maybe to comment on conflict, what has worked for me as a person is love. Deep inside my heart, when I'm so angry at my husband, I'm reminded of love. When I just look at him and see those 2 veins, it hurts my feelings. So deep down, I'm like, no, not to the man I love. So, because inside I want my ego to rise, but when I see those veins, it breaks me as a wife, and I'm like, honey, you know what? We don't have to go there. All those things. In fact, they are forgiven in advance. Yeah. So I love that you are handling your conflicts well, and you're cheering on ladies to continue this marriage. Marriage is very beautiful. And what message would you tell? I want you to just look at your camera and give a message. Imagine you're talking to your daughter or your son or the people you're mentoring in church, maybe from Finch. What would you tell them concerning marriage?
I would say marriage is beautiful and it's holy, God ordained. And to the ladies who are admiring to be in marriage, put God first, everything will follow. Yeah.
And do you think?
Oh, thank you. I want to encourage viewers that in marriage, you have a role. As the woman or as a man, you have a role. In fact, in our house, I know my woman as a cheerful giver. In fact, she motivates me a lot. Even when I do preaching and I tell people to give, there's an example. She does it. In fact, when she gets her salary, this is just a surprising thing so that people will rush into marriage. When my lady gets her salary, she gives me a type. So just imagine if that trust is there. So I would encourage you that make sure that you have something you do in that house.
Wow.
That's beautiful. And there's a verse that says that the marriage bed should be honored. Do you feel that you honored your marriage bed today?
Yes. I've honored my bedroom marriage today.
Okay. So, Reverend, you are a safe man. Your bed has been honored.
Yeah, very safe.
So, yes, we thank you so much, Reverend, your beautiful
it's
wife.
nice having you around.
Yeah, it has been very beautiful having you around, listening to your story. It's really encouraging. Even models get born again and are married to reverends. So
Yeah.
and they make
Amen.
good wives and they love cooking and they enjoy all these things. We are also motivated by your story.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. May God bless you and continue encouraging lives, continue motivating young people, and let them know that these things, they work.
True.
Yeah, so my love, is it working?
It is.
And in this show, we usually say that,
Marriage works.
Works.
yes,
They
marriage
can,
works.
maybe they can, the viewers, you can read the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 7.
Or Songs
You
of
will
Solomon.
know, or songs of Solomon. You know what actually God wants you to do. You enjoy while you are still a youth,
Yes.
and with your wife. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers.
Until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
God is the author of marriages, and godly marriages are designed to work.
Love is a beautiful and intriguing journey showcasing the creative work of God in bringing two people together.
We celebrate the diversity in relationships while upholding the divine blueprint of marriage as God intended.
Using Bible as the foundation to reveal and guide couples toward the blueprint of a godly and fulfilling marriage.
Welcome to Brenda and David's show, The Brevists.